Morning, mate. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
After Silverstone, probably not one of your better weekends you've had this year so far,
No.
especially after Cadwell. Cadwell was a cracker, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
when we were
well,
up
Donington, and then Cadwell were definitely two
Yeah,
high
yeah.
flyers.
Yeah.
So
But that's
definitely.
racing, isn't it?
Yeah,
So-
it is. Yeah.
So part of today, we want to have some time. I think we last spoke. It was quite windy. It was quite noisy. There was loads of bikes whizzing around the track, so it was quite hard. Stood outside. That was up at Donington when it pre-season, but a bit more time with Storm today to talk about what is the story of Storm Stacey.
And I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, and where does it come from? So, where did the racing all start? Where did it all begin?
So it all began around when I was, well, it's got to be where you start and first get on a bike, and that was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So from 3 years old, I've always been a petrolhead. I've always loved bikes. I've always been around bikes. My sisters rode bikes, just my whole family, bikes, cars, everything with an engine, we like it.
Yeah.
And then it went on to when I was 5, I went and did enduro and motocross and stuff like that, and I did win the British Enduro like 50 Kids Championship, and then did a few years where I didn't do anything, fell out of love with that, and then my dad sponsored someone to do the TT Isle of Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved being around the bikes then. I thought, I kind of want to have a go at this again. I want to do this. So I showed my dad mini moto racing, and he said, all right then, yeah, we'll have a go. Nothing happened. So I said, come on, Dad, I want to have a go. Nothing happened. I went at him third time's a charm. All right then, yeah, we'll have a go at it. And he sorted me a bike out. We went and had a go, and I loved it. When I did my first season that year, and I tied first place in the championship with another lad in my first season, and then went on to pit bike racing, and then I went straight out to Spain and did a few years out in Spain. Rode for Hector Falbel, who used to be like MotoGP rider. Then I came back to Spain in 2016, and I was crowned the youngest ever BSB champion, or youngest ever BSB race winner. Then went on to Moto3s for a few years, and did the British Talent Cup, and then stepped up to Stock 600 with Brent, and was youngest ever 600 winner while doing the double at Alton Park when I was 16. Then stepped up to superbikes. When I first jumped onto a superbike, I was still 16 years old, and if that season had gone according to plans, I would have been the youngest ever superbike rider.
Yeah.
I am still the youngest on the grid,
Yeah.
but it's still a massive achievement to have them three, really.
Yeah, and I think, isn't it right in saying that you're the only rider where you had to get special dispensation to ride that bike, not even like Marquez or some of the others?
Me and Valentino Rossi are the only two riders that have had dispensation to get onto a big bike.
Yeah, that's quite a good claim to fame, isn't it, mate? Considering, and obviously Valentino retiring this year, so maybe take his spot moving forward there. So moving on to the number 79. So that's your number. What does that all mean?
So the number 79 was what my dad ran, really. So my dad used to race cars. My dad did touring cars back in the day and stuff like that, and I wasn't really around when he did stuff like that. So when I started racing on the tarmac, I thought, what number will I be? Because when I did enduro, I had number 1. I can't even remember the number I had before that. I don't think I had a number because it was all on like transponders and stuff like that and timing, so I didn't have a number. And then once I won the championship, I just had number 1.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, I always had it like shaved into the side of my head. I had like number 1 in the side of my head.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, well, you may as well be 79, aren't you? Like I was running, and it's just stuck.
Just that, yeah.
And I dare say, if I change number, I will probably do what my dad did, and add my date of birth up, or like times it and stuff, and see what it'll add up to, and then whatever number that is, I'll run that.
Yeah.
Because then it's more meaningful.
Yeah. So tell us about the hat, Lord Stacey.
So, again, it's a tribute to my dad. I've got the tattoo done for my dad in memory with the year he passed away and date. Because at the end of the day, I've got my checkered bottoms on today. No one will remember the kid in the tracksuit bottom and top and Nike shoes. Do you know what I mean? But they will remember the kid with checkered bottoms and a top hat, because they'll see it. People see stuff like that.
Yeah.
maybe not at like a Queen's convention, but they will at BSE.
Yeah.
So to me, it's always been stand out, be yourself, don't be afraid to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I like to show that off, because I do get a lot of kind messages that do say like thank you for showing that it is good to be yourself.
Yeah.
And it really is. You should be yourself.